So I want to extend my gratitude to you for being here. And as we start, please take a moment to free yourself from distractions, to settle into the present moment with your breath. And just breathing in deeply and fully, and exhaling anything that needs releasing in this moment. And again, just take another deep, conscious, cleansing breath. And as you exhale, just letting go of your day and allowing yourself to settle into this moment so that you can be present with me as we move into a gentle conversation and meditation around forgiveness. So for many, forgiveness is an important part of the healing puzzle. And in order to truly heal, we need to look at our capacity to forgive. And for many, forgiveness is not always easy, partly because we feel that in forgiving someone, we feel we are saying that's okay, that their behavior or transgression is acceptable. But this is not what forgiveness is. And by forgiving, you are not condoning the behavior. You are releasing yourself from the trap of resentment. It is saying, the way you treated me or your behavior is not necessarily excused. However, I release and forgive you as well as myself. And in the Bible, it says, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that is what forgiveness is about. For many, saying, I forgive you, leaves the other person stuck in the energy of blame and shame and guilt. And if we are to be responsible for our actions and perhaps our contribution to the event, a gentler approach is to say, I am sorry this happened between us. Dr. Christiane Northrup says, forgiveness frees us. It heals our bodies and our lives. But it is also the most difficult step we must take in our healing. It takes a great deal of energy to keep someone out of our hearts. And this approach teaches that we make amends for ourselves, not necessarily for the other person. But when we make amends to those who have hurt us, both of us are freed. So forgiveness and making amends are completely linked. So holding a grudge and maintaining hatred or resentment hurts us at least as much as the other person. So just place your hands over your heart. Just breathing in to your hands. This area where your hands are over your heart is the fourth chakra in Ayurvedic medicine. And forgiveness moves our energy to the heart area. So forgiveness is the initiation of the opening of your heart. And it is very powerful. And scientific studies have shown, for example, that when we think with our hearts, by taking a moment to focus on someone or something that we love unconditionally, like our children or our husband or a pet, the rhythm of our hearts evens out and becomes healthier. So just take a moment to do that. Just breathing in and think about, with your heart, someone that you love unconditionally. And as you do this, just know that your hormone levels are changing and normalizing. And when people are taught to think with their hearts regularly, they can even reverse heart disease and other stress-related conditions. The electromagnetic field of the heart is 40 times stronger than the electromagnetic field produced by the brain. So to me, this means that every cell in our bodies and the bodies of those around us can be positively influenced by the quality of our hearts when they are beating in synchronicity with the energy of love and appreciation. So now I am going to move you through a powerful forgiveness meditation. And so to begin, again, just get comfortable. Just settle yourself into your space and close your eyes. And just take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just letting yourself float a little bit deeper inside. And for the next few minutes, just allow my voice to gently guide you in this healing exercise. And if your thoughts want your attention or your mind wanders, simply just guide yourself back to my voice as soon as you notice that. And so just keeping your eyes closed and taking another deep breath in here. And letting yourself exhale. I want you to reflect on the word forgiveness and reflect on what the word forgiveness might really mean. So, what is forgiveness? And now, just very gently, with no force, just as an experiment in truth, and just for a moment, allow the image of someone for whom you have much resentment, for someone for whom you might be harboring a little bit of anger, or there may be a sense of distance between you and this other person. Just to see if you can bring somebody to mind, or just see who shows up right now. And let them come into your mind, just gently, as an image or as a feeling. Maybe you feel them at the center of your chest as fear, as resistance. But however they manifest in your mind body, just invite them in very gently, just for a moment, just for this experiment. And in your heart, silently say to them, I forgive you. I forgive you for whatever you have done in the past that has caused me pain, intentionally or unintentionally. However you have caused me pain. I forgive you, and I am sorry this happened between us. And then just speak gently to them in your own words, from your own heart, in your own way. And in your heart, say to them, I forgive you for whatever you may have done in the past, through your words, through your actions, through your thoughts, whatever caused me pain, whether it was intentional or unintentional. I forgive you. And in your mind's eye, allow them to be touched just for a moment by your forgiveness. And allow forgiveness to flow from you to them. It is so painful to hold someone out of your heart. And how can you hold on to that pain, that resentment, even a moment longer? So fear, doubt, and resentment, try to let that go. And touch them with your forgiveness in this moment. So say, I forgive you. And now let them go gently. Let them leave quietly and let them go with your blessing. And now settling again into your breath, just taking another deep breath in. And as you exhale, picture someone, or call someone forth who has great resentment for you. And you might feel them again in your chest, or just pay attention to whether you're feeling anything in your body. And see if you can see this person in your mind as an image, and just sense the energy or the beingness of this individual. This person that has some resentment or anger, or who is unforgiving towards you. Just invite them in right now. Invite them in and let them into your heart. And in your heart, say to them, I ask your forgiveness for whatever I may have done in the past that caused you pain, intentionally or unintentionally, through my words, through my actions, through my thoughts. However I caused you pain, I ask your forgiveness. I ask your forgiveness. Whether it was through my anger, my fear, my blindedness, my laziness, however I caused you pain, in whatever way, whether it was intentional or unintentional, I ask for your forgiveness. and let it be. Allow that forgiveness in. Allow yourself to be touched by their forgiveness. And if the mind rises up with thoughts of self-indulgence or doubt or blame, just see how profound our mercilessness is with ourselves and be open to forgiveness. Allow yourself to be forgiven. Allow yourself to be forgiven. However I caused you pain, I ask your forgiveness. And allow yourself to feel forgiveness flow from their heart to yours. And then let it be. Let it go. Let it be. And then gently, very gently, let them go. Let them walk away. Let them turn their back and go on their way and walk away in forgiveness for you, with blessings for you. And in turn, I want you to turn to yourself, to your own heart, and say, I forgive you, to you. And if anything tries to block that, whatever tries to block that, whether it's mercilessness, whether it's fear, whether it's self-doubt, let that go. Let yourself be touched by your forgiveness and your mercy for you. And gently, in your heart, calling yourself by your own first name, say, I forgive you, to you. It is so painful to put yourself out of your own heart, to hold your own self hostage. So let yourself in. Let yourself off the hook and allow yourself to be touched by this forgiveness. And let the healing in and say, I forgive you, to you. And let that forgiveness be extended to the beings all around you. May all beings forgive themselves. May they discover joy. May all beings be freed of suffering. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be healed. May they be at one with their true nature. May they be free from suffering, and may they be at peace. And let that loving kindness, that forgiveness, extend not only to you and to the person who you may have been holding resentment for, and the person that may be holding resentment towards you. May the forgiveness extend beyond to the whole planet, to every level of existence, seen and unseen. May all beings be freed of suffering. May they know the power of forgiveness, of freedom, of peace. And may all beings, seen and unseen, at every level of existence, may they know their true being. May they know their vastness and their infinite peacefulness. May all beings be free. May you be free. May I be free. May all beings be free. So as we close, just take another deep breath in. And I want you to know that this exercise, that forgiveness meditation that I just took you through, was by Stephen Levine. And this exercise has helped me heal the hole in my heart that was eaten away by unresolved conflict in my relationships. And I urge you to practice this exercise as well. You have this recording now. You can also record it in your own voice and play it back to yourself. Or you can listen to this recording again. And I encourage you to do this periodically after you spend some time in silent meditation or prayer beforehand. And may you understand the meaning of love and give yourself the gift of forgiveness. And I will finish with mentioning a quote from Ian Lavanzant, who said, "When you become so angry with a person that you want to shut them out of your life, you need to know that there is something going on with you that has nothing to do with them." So at this level, anger is a response to your own judgments and the failed satisfaction of your own expectations, your failed attempts to gain control of your subconscious response to fear. And if you want to establish and maintain peaceful relationships with other people, then surrender all judgments of who they are and who they are not. So in essence, what forgiveness does is it allows you to step out of blame and conflict, which keeps us stuck in a state of fight, flight, or freeze, which affects us hormonally, given that cortisol is the stress hormone that gets activated when we are in the state of anger. And if we can move to a place where we can start to process our emotions and learn to befriend ourselves and others, then ultimately our survival as humans is dependent on our capacity to forgive and to cooperate with others. And that includes extending compassion to yourself, to your own heart. And it is possible to allow yourself to purposely and intentionally open your heart. So gratitude is a practice that helps as well. And I use gratitude as a barometer, as a measurement for my level of healing around conflict and potential relationships. And I feel if you have truly forgiven someone, you can see them anew the next time you come in contact with them. If seeing them doesn't conjure up old memories and these old wounds, the old incident or the act that occurred, then you know that the seeds of forgiveness have truly been planted. Nourish them, and they will continue to flourish. And if you truly feel joy and love when you think of them, or even just a simple feeling of indifference, just neutral, and you don't dig up the hatchet that you have just let go or buried, then you have forgiven. Then you have forgiven. So may it be so for you. May you truly be able to shift to gratitude through doing this forgiveness meditation and understand that gratitude is it's an important part of the forgiveness process. And spiritual practices are as varied as the people in the world. But gratitude in and of itself is a spiritual practice. And the main goal and the main idea with spirituality is to take a larger perspective of yourself and to develop a daily practice of getting in touch with that which is greater than you. And if you don't know where to start, then just simply start with gratitude. If the forgiveness piece for you feels like you're not ready to move into that space, then just plant yourself firmly in the practice of gratitude by simply writing 3 things down that you're grateful for every day. And if you want to move further and do further work with me, then I encourage you to reach out through my website, drchristinabjorndal.com, just drchristinabjorndal.com, and find a way to get in touch with me, as I'd love to work with you further.